part of this when people get this recorded. They can hear my story.
Oh, that's
But
okay.
he picks it up with his teeth and turns it over. And it has so much water in it. It just goes all in my kitchen floor.
Oh my
And
god.
it's heavy, and I don't know how he does it.
I don't know.
Oh,
He's
My
little.
My cat was bad. He ran away. He ran outside, and y'all know. Okay, so Eric was laughing because he said my accent's been real strong lately. I don't know why. He's like, I don't, and I've been saying some weird stuff, definitely Southern stuff. He's, y'all know, like I live in the sticks, okay, and he ran outside, okay, and I'm calling him, and I couldn't find cat treats, so I was trying to trick him, so I had a bag of dog treats, and I'm like, come here, kitty. I'm like calling him in the woods, and I'm like walking around in my Crocs and my shorts because we were cooking on the deck, so I'm like gonna get eaten by ticks and stuff. So I'm like calling him, and then I see these big birds. They're like in the trees, and there's like 3 big black birds, and they're like, oh, I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, my cat's about to get eaten, and like my kids are on the porch. I'm like, we're gonna hear him get eaten by these big birds. And so I'm like running in the woods, and my neighbor comes outside, and she's like, Jerica, your cat, get out. Like, yes, he got out. So she's like, I'll look for him. I'm like, okay. And she just has shoulder surgery. So she's like in an arm sling. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is just like too much for today. So I'm like calling him. And then I'm like walking in the woods down to this like down tree. I live on like 2 acres. So I'm like walking to this tree, and then where the birds are with like this dog treats, and they're freeze-dried hearts. So I'm like, these birds are gonna attack me. They're big birds. Like I don't know what kind of birds they are. They were like some big, I think they're called grackles. I think they're grackles. And so I'm like walking over there, and I'm like, Wally, come here. And then all of a sudden
Wally?
His name is Wally.
Wally?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You can't make this up.
Yeah. So I'm like, Wally, come here. And so, and I just assumed he was over there because the birds were over there, and they weren't over where we saw the bunny earlier. So I'm like,
scary birds.
Yeah, they're so
I had to look up a picture. I didn't know what it was.
They're so scary. So I'm calling him, and then all of a sudden I just hear like this rustle, and then I just see him. He's like running so fast. He's like poofed up. His tail is so big. He's like puffed up. I'm like, them birds were trying to get him. They were trying to get him, and he was hiding. And I saved a little like few seconds for him to run out from wherever he was hiding from, so he can make it to the porch. He was running so fast. I was just like, well, I hope he learned his lesson. Probably not. He's probably going to try to run out again today. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Then birds are going to eat him. This is the 3rd time that he's gotten out, and those birds came to eat him.
Wow. Welcome in. We were just telling stories about our crazy cats.
We were listening to Jerica's thick Southern accent, which was awesome.
Yes.
I think the South is calling you. I think the South is calling you back, Jerica.
I think the South is calling you back. Yes. My mama made a comment too. She's like, Jerry, your draw's coming back. I'm like, I don't know.
The South is calling you.
Yeah, it's like hustling up, and you're like, oh.
I know it's calling me back. Georgia's calling my name.
God, I love it.
I know.
Well, Yvonne, we're gonna wait just a couple of minutes. We've got one more other person we're waiting on. So forgive us if we're chatting about the South and weather and weird birds and animals. I had a roadrunner in my backyard yesterday, so
that's cool.
It was actually
cool.
pretty cool.
I don't know if I've ever seen one.
I took a picture. I'll share it with you guys afterwards. But if you ask me, do they look like the Roadrunner? Other than the fact that he wasn't blue, yes, he looks like the Roadrunner, but he doesn't make the beep beep noise. They make like this weird.
That's the best part.
Yeah, I know. They make like this weird, like I almost want to call it a cackle, but it's not. It's like like that. It's so weird. Like it's so weird, and all they do. I don't know if we have one or two, but evidently they're fairly rare. So But all they do is they take this long tail and they just go like this with it the whole time.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. It's yesterday was a really eventful day at the Estrella Desert Oasis because all the birds were coming in for a drink at the waterfall, and the Roadrunner came by, and we had a dead mouse in the pool and a dead lizard in the pool, dead lizard in the pool. But that's what happens when you have a pool in the desert. People want to have a drink. So
Yeah.
Right.
sometimes there's water rescues and sometimes there's water recoveries. Most of them are recoveries.
Yeah, you gotta. I saw on Facebook where they put like a little thing on the filter for frogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like a little ramp.
Oh.
Maybe you should do that. Maybe you should put a ramp.
I would, but my whole pool deck is like concrete, so I'm not going to drill holes into the concrete. So if there's another way that I could do that, if I was interested in doing that, I would. We have thrown the dog in a couple times so he can figure out how to get out, but
Yeah.
he doesn't. He's not a water dog, so I'm not worried about him, and he's never outside without us. We put him in the water, and he stands there, and he's just like, "What?
What
I
am
don't
I
know what to
supposed
do."
to do now? Yeah.
That's all. Like he's just like, "Why am I standing in the water? What is going on here? It's covering
This
my
is
feet up.
weight.
I don't like it. It's."
Hmm.
He's not a water dog. So, all right. Well, I don't know if our other person is going to show up, but I think we're going to get started anyways. So it looks like, Yvonne, you're going to have a personalized drop-in demo with the four of us here, and we're still very happy. We're still very happy that you're here. So welcome. Quick introductions. My name is Chris Estrella. I am the government content insider for TownWeb. I also used to be a municipal clerk for a very long time back in Wisconsin. Live in Las Vegas now, where it's going to be 96 degrees, and tomorrow is opening day of the pool, so we're very excited about that. Along with me, I have on my screen, I have Megan, so I'll have her introduced, and then I have Jerica, and then I'll have her go after Megan.
Yeah, my name's Megan. I live in Alabama. I actually work for HeyGov, which is TownWeb's sister company, but we work closely with TownWeb, and I'll be talking about different digital add-ons that you can have on your website to get more up to date with the times.
All right, it's my turn. Hi, Yvonne. I'm Jerica. I am the senior project manager with TownWeb. I've been with the company for I think 6 years. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been 6 years. So I am more of the back end, everything for your website. So at some point you'll be working, everybody kind of works with me at some point. So yeah, I'm more the techie side.
That's why we have her along. If we have any of those super technical questions that Megan and I don't know, where's Jerica? Jerica's right over there.
Yes.
It's like the Brady Bunch here.
Sometimes there are some pretty technical questions. So I am glad that I'm able to come today. So.
And then Ella, would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself? Because I think you're just as important as the other three of us.
I do too.
I do too.
You guys are very nice. Hi, Yvonne. My name is Alet. I'm from South Africa. I do marketing, and I get to spend time with all of these cool people. And so, thank you so much for taking the time out to jump in with us. Sorry, my sentence. Blah. Thank you.
Yes, and it's only Wednesday.
I know, right?
So I see Yvonne, you are joining us from Florida. So hopefully it's not too dastardly humid there. I have some family that live in Orlando, and my grandparents used to live in the Villages, so I am very familiar with the state. Although I've never been to Bay Harbor Islands before, it sounds like someplace that I definitely like to go sit my rear on a beach and enjoy. So. Thank you for joining us today. We're happy to have you. How we'll kind of structure things is we're going to go over the front, kind of the front side of the website. We have a model website that we're going to go over, and then we'll go over the back end of the website and how we make changes. And then Megan will talk about all the digital tools that we offer. We're probably going to do about 15 minutes on each. And then if you have any questions along the way, absolutely drop them in the chat. or in the questions link, wherever you like, and we can certainly react to those as need be. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Share my screen. And I want to show you this. Share. Let's hope it works. Okay. Can somebody tell me, do we see Hayville on the screen?
Yeah,
I do.
Yes, I love it when it works. So this is our model kind of test demo website that we have. It's hayville.org. It is a real live website. So the one thing that I can't show you today is how this looks on a mobile device because I'm on my MacBook. So when you have a chance, definitely head over to hayville.org right here. It, again, is a real live website. I promise you will not break anything. Click around and discover it, but also check out and see what it looks like on a mobile device because all of our websites are optimized for mobile devices, for tablets, and for desktops and laptops. So whatever device you would access it from or your residents would access it from, it will detect what it is and then adjust accordingly. A couple things I want to talk about. The top part of the page here, we've got 2 ticker bars running. We've got our kind of regular non-emergency ticker bar down on the bottom, and we've got our emergency ticker bar up on the top. Our non-emergency ticker is really just for kind of thing, obviously for non-emergencies, but really for things like maybe if the office is closed for a day, for like a vacation or a holiday or anything like that. If you want to feature a business, if you just have information you want to get out to everybody that isn't necessarily urgent. Conversely, we have the red ticker bar, which will only appear when you tell it to appear, and it really is geared towards emergencies. So maybe you have a boil water advisory, maybe you have some severe storms rolling through, a gas main leak, something like that. You guys know your municipality is the best, and so if it's whatever the emergency is, and I'll show you how these work on the back end as well, but this is kind of what they're here for. Obviously, the red one will disappear when you turn it off, and I'll show you how that works on the back end. Over on the right here, we've got our quick links, and these are really the 5 most important and popular things that people will come to your website for. What we have found is that agendas and minutes and forms and permits are usually best suited in the number 1 and number 2 spots because people really want to know what is my local government up to, agendas and minutes, and where are the forms and permits that I need to fill out to actually conduct business with you guys. So we like to keep those in the top 2 positions. We can certainly move them. That's certainly not a problem. But the other 3 are we'll really ask you, what do you want to see here? What would be a great quick link for your municipality? And so folks have, we have, as an example, make a payment, reserve a venue, calendar of events. These are really just links to different pages. So I'm just going to show you how the agendas and minutes link looks really quick and take a quick shot of water because it is super dry here in Las Vegas. This page I'll come back to in just a minute, but again, just a faster way to navigate to a given page with one of those quick links. So whatever you'd like those to be, we can absolutely do that. Down below that, we've got some more quick links. If you have more, we can add them here. If you don't need any more, we can take those away, and that will just give us some more room to work with. We also can add social media links if you have any social media channels that you use. I have yet to see a customer do TikTok, but I have seen a few with LinkedIn. Obviously, the majority of them are Facebook, YouTube, and a few Instagram, but I have seen a few LinkedIn as well. Whatever your official channels are, we can set up those links as well. Under recent news and notices here, these are really events that I would like to say are something that you've got coming up in the next maybe like 2 to 4 to 6 weeks that maybe you don't want to have folks have to click through the menu to find out. This is great for stuff that's always going to be here, but if you have things that are going on, like, for example, the 4th of July fireworks, or if you have a yard waste site that's going to open up, or like brush pickup, or alternate side parking, things like that. This would be a really great area to kind of feature those things. Obviously here you can see you can add pictures. On this template, you get up to 4 set up on a scroll, and I'll just jump in here to just show you what the kind of insides look like. You can add as much or as little information as you need to. Most folks, it's a paragraph or 2 and they're good. But if you have some really text-heavy information that you need to add, we absolutely can accommodate you on that. That is no problem at all. So below that, we've got our sandbox, and that's this area right here where we have our welcome message from our mayor and our office hours. And what this area really is, this is your opportunity to like really just have a little bit of fun and really make your website unique from everybody else. We have customers that will set up this entire area with drone video, with a nice gallery of pictures, maybe a rotating scroll of pictures. They'll share some fun facts, some history. They'll have a welcome message from their chief elected official. Like literally there's hundreds of things that you could do with this area. So we'll work with you during the onboarding process, what you'd like this to look like, what media you want to have here, and really make this look great for you. Just really distinguish you from any other websites that might be out there, even our own customers' websites. If you were to look at 15 of our customers' websites, you would definitely see 15 different sandboxes because everybody does something different. Down below that, we've got our upcoming events that ties directly into our calendar. And so on this template, this pulls the next 5 events from the calendar and features them right here on the homepage. So kind of in the same vein of news and notices up on the top, it features the stuff that's coming up soon. And so if folks want to dive more into the calendar, they can certainly do that. They can jump in and they can see what's going on everywhere, what meetings are happening, that sort of thing. I haven't added anything for May yet, so I'm going to jump back to March where we actually had some stuff on the calendar. And you can see we had daylight savings time, and you can add pictures. That's a picture of my dog Thumper. I needed something, so I grabbed one of him. You can add one-off meetings. You can add recurring meetings. You can add events. There's really all kinds of options as to what you can add on to with this. What's really great about our calendar, though, and I'm just going to click on St. Patrick's Day, is that if people want to come to the calendar and then sync this with their own personal calendars on their phones or on their computers, they can do that. And what I have heard from some current customers is that we have board members who are actually coming to the website, coming to the calendar, and syncing up the meeting dates on their personal phone so they don't forget, which is I think is awesome. So it's a really great feature. It's again as much or as little information as you want to put on here. But you get this included in with the website. So I'm going to jump back to the home page. There we go. And so below that, we've got our subscription service. And what this really is, I'm going to talk about kind of an email and text subscription service as an example. So you can't see it yet, but I can't remember if my Packer logo on I'm wearing a Green Bay Packers Hawaiian shirt today. I'm a huge Packers fan. So I am a subscriber to all the Green Bay Packers emails, and they send me stuff about when tickets are on sale, when there's extra tickets, when there's sales going on at the Packer Pro Shop, when what the giveaways are, that sort of thing. I don't have the ability to pick and choose what I get. I get what they send me, and that's it. And that's fine. But I don't have the ability to customize my experience. And so what's different from what we offer versus something like that is that residents and visitors can decide if they want to get everything. Absolutely, they can do that. But there's nothing saying they can't. But if they really only are interested in a few things, like, for example, if they're only interested in town board agendas and minutes and we'll say news and notices, that's all they're going to get notified about. And they also can decide, do they want to get an email? Do they want to get a text message? Do they want to get both? It's totally up to them. It really allows them to, you guys are going to put a lot of information on your website. It really allows them to customize the experience just for them and make it really unique. One thing that I will mention here is about the ticker bar. Even if somebody comes here and signs up just for one item, just like that, whenever an emergency notice is put out, it will get delivered in their preferred method. So it's super important to us that those emergency notifications are sent off and received. And so when you send that out, they'll get that in their preferred method. So I'm going to jump back to the home page and take another quick shot of water. I forget sometimes how dry it can get here in Vegas. If you have a number of departments and you wanted to present them in a more visual manner, we can do that as well. I like to say if you have more than 5 or 6, if you have 1 or 2, it might not be the best use of the space. But if you have 5 or 6 or more than that, we can break them down with icons like this, whatever works for you. Or we can keep them up in the top menu like we have up here. It's all personal preference. Down below that, we've got our most frequently asked questions. And really what these are is we'll ask you guys, we'll ask you, your staff, what are the top 3 things that people, they bug you about the most? What do they call about the most? What do they email you about the most? What do they stop and ask questions about the most? And what we'll do is we'll feature those questions and answers right here on the homepage. And all folks have to do is click the arrow. They will get the answer to their question, and they're all set to go. Over time, you will see that the number of frequent contacts regarding these will go down because people will just be able to figure out, hey, it's on the website. I can figure out what the answer is myself. And then the last thing on the homepage is the footer, and this is all about you guys. We'll feature your name, your address, phone, fax, and email, office hours, and then 2 or 3 key department contacts, whatever you guys identify. We'll feature those right here, and that way people just kind of automatically know all the contact us information is right at the bottom. If I need anything, I know where to go. So that's kind of everything on the homepage. And really quick, I'm just going to jump into agendas and minutes as well. I'm going to go back to that page because we're also going to talk about how we build it a little bit. This page by design is very easy to understand and very easy for people to find things. This is probably the most visited page by residents because, again, they want to know what their local government is up to. And so we've got things, you can search by date range. You can narrow that search by category if you like. We have 4 categories set up on this page. But our setup for the overall kind of information is very easy. We've got the meeting date on the left, and then we've got a column for the agenda, the packet, the meeting minutes. If you record your meeting, we can get links to those recordings, either it's audio or video. And if you don't, we can remove those columns. It's absolutely not a problem. Any additional documents that you might have, and then any notes you'd want to add about that. If folks want to look for like the next 8 to 10 sets of agendas and minutes, they can click the View More button. But this will go back to the beginning of time that we have minutes for you. So these town board minutes go back like 3 years. So if we could be clicking for a long time, that's why we have the date range and the sorter up at the top if that's, if they're looking for something older. So that's everything on the homepage and agendas and minutes. I'm just going to stop just to see if you have any questions, or if any of my colleagues have questions for that matter, because I certainly don't mind answering anybody's questions before we move on to the back end of things. And another shot of water.
No questions.
No questions?
No,
right.
You did great.
Not
Well, thank you.
for me either.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Next, I'm going to jump into the back end of things, the dashboard. So I'm going to stop sharing this and then reshare it because I have a different tab that I'm going to share. All right. So let me. I lost you guys. There we go. All right. Share. I swear I've done this before.
The share on here is kind of difficult for me.
It is. Do you guys see the dashboard?
Yes.
2 for 2. All right, so this is the dashboard. You will definitely receive login credentials because we want you to be able to change your website. I'm already logged in, but the first thing that I want to talk about is the 2 ticker bars. I talked about how easy they are to use. First, I'm going to remove them so I can show you how we actually do use them. So this is the non-emergency ticker bar up on the top, and then I'm going to go remove the emergency alert one on the bottom. Perfect. And so we're just going to add joining, there we go, from Florida today. Click save, and now this is asking me, do I want to send the notice out? Yes. So this is sending text messages and emails out to everyone who is a subscriber to the non-emergency ticker bar. This is not the emergency one. The next one, though, the emergency ticker, it's got one extra step, and everybody's going to get these. So this is where we can determine, do we want to send out just an email? Do we want to send out just a text message? Do we want to send out a website ticker? Any combination of the 2 or all 3. For our purposes here, I'll do all 3, and we'll say it's sunny and hot in Las Vegas today. And it is. So I'm going to click next. And then I have a really easy choice to make. I can either confirm this and send this out immediately, or if this is something that I'm aware of that might be happening later today or tomorrow, something like maybe trash and recycling being delayed a day, or if you receive this late at night, and you don't want to wake everybody up, that's when you can schedule this to go out tomorrow morning. So for our purposes, I'll just click confirm. And again, it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to do this, Chris? Yes, I am. And now everybody's getting a text message. Everybody's getting an email. All their phones are getting pinged, and it's swapping it out on the website. So the alert's been created. Perfect. This should refresh. And my email has also dinged a couple times. Let me see if it will. Yes, this is perfect. So I see, I'm waiting for them to come in right now. So I'm going to wait for my email to reload. But that's how the dashboard, that's how the ticker bars both work. Very easy to use. Next, I'm going to go into our meeting repository, and this is where all of our agendas and minutes are housed on that agendas and minutes page, how we create meetings and add all the information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new meeting. We're going to call it a town board meeting, and we'll say it's on Megan and my favorite day of the year. File that under town board. And I'm going to go and grab my agenda that I have. The easiest way to do it is just like in an email, click the paperclip. This will open up my desktop, which you won't be able to see. And I will grab my agenda and upload it. And when you see the text populate in red momentarily, there we go. The agenda has been uploaded. It is the exact same process for the packet and for the meeting minutes. So again, all you have to do, click the paperclip, upload it from your computer, and you're all set to go. If you have video or audio recordings that you'd like to add to this, the website is not able to handle the actual file being uploaded. So if you upload it to a place like YouTube, or if you have a Zoom link, all you have to do is grab that link and then paste it right here. On the front end of the website, it will create a view video link that will also appear so people can go and watch that. Any notes that you need to add can go right here. And then if you'd like to add this as an event on the calendar, you can click this box and it will add it. So you don't have to do double entry in two different spots. That's really sweet. It's a big time saver. So I'm going to click save here. It's going to think about it just for a second. And it looks like the repository has been saved. So we have a town board meeting on July 11th. Everything's ready to go. Now, the notifications for this are a little bit different. These are push notifications. We actually had an idea from a customer, probably a year to a year and a half ago. And her idea was if she was coming here and adding the agenda, the packet, and the minutes, why there wasn't a way for her to proactively notify people that there's something new for them to check out. And I believe Jerica had a hand in building it, but we built this little green arrow. This is our notification arrow. And don't be shy, Jerica. If you built it by yourself, you can just tell us. That's totally fine.
Not the big brains for that. I did have a hand in saying how many times in.
But this little green arrow that Jerica had a small part in, evidently, is our notification arrow. And so I'm going to click that arrow. This is going to notify our subscribers that there's something new for them to check out, which is exactly what we want them to do. So I'm going to wait for that to refresh. Perfect. 3 subscribers are notified. I am one of those. Great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop sharing this tab, and I'm going to jump over to my email so I can show you what that looks like. And let me get into my email. Share. Perfect. So I've got a bunch of things here. So first of all, I'm going to start with the emergency alert. We can see all 3 of these are from the city of Hayville. They're all clearly marked. We know it's a trusted source. The emergency alert clearly labeled as such, and then all it says, it's sunny and hot in Las Vegas today. That's it. That's all we need. No opportunity to unsubscribe from here. The 2 regular notices that you see on either side of it, this is the non-emergency ticker bar. Yvonne is joining us from Florida today. Again, welcome. This is where we can go to unsubscribe, to change our subscriptions, anything like that. This is where you go to do it. You cannot unsubscribe from the emergency alerts only. The way that you do that is to unsubscribe from all alerts. We want to make sure everybody gets those emergency alerts no matter what. And then the last one that I'll show you here is the town board notice. And what's really great about this, again, it's clearly labeled. We have a town board meeting on July 11th. What's really great about it is that the link for it is included right along with it. So if I click this link, it will automatically open up and I'm going to share the new tab that it just opened up, it will automatically open up the agenda that I uploaded. It just takes a few seconds to upload, and there we go. So if you've got folks who are really wanting to know everything about everything, or maybe they will say, I didn't know about that meeting, I didn't know the town board was going to talk about this rezone across the street or that my neighbor's property or anything like that. If you encourage them to sign up for the subscription service, they will automatically get notified about that based on when you upload the agenda and everything like that. It really is fantastic how it works. So I'm going to jump back into the dashboard. Reshare that. Perfect. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is how we actually make a change on a page, how we actually update one of our website pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our forms and permits page. Here we go. Slide over and click the pencil. This will open up our page builder. Share that tab instead. Here we go. How we know we're on the back end of things, there's going to be a little cartoon guy that appears in the upper left-hand corner momentarily. We hope. There he is. That's how you know you're on the back end of things. You can also see it looks a little bit different from the regular homepage, but that's how you are 100% sure you're on the back end of things. So we've got our digital forms and permits up on the top, which Megan will talk about in just a minute. And we've got our regular PDF, both fillable and printable ones, down at the bottom. All I'm going to do is click in the blue box where I want to make a change. This will open up our text editor. And this does take a few seconds. It probably takes a few seconds longer because we're doing it through Livestorm. So we'll just give it a few seconds to pop up. There we go. So I'm going to just move this off to the side here. And so here we can see we've got the title, click any PDF, click any PDF. What I'm going to do is capitalize PDF, insert the word form, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm just going to delete the S from the table here. But we've got the table with all of our PDF links. Everything looks perfect. Many of the same controls that you'll see in Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. That's by design. Going to click save. Going to think about it just for a few seconds. We think. There we go. So we're saved in the upper right-hand corner and it's edited. Perfect. So I have two more buttons to push. I'm going to click done. And then I have three options. Number one, I can discard this, make 0 changes, and revert back to what I had before. Number two, I can save this as a draft and publish it later. Or number three, I can publish it right now, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So when we see our little cartoon guy disappear, perfect. I'm going to go back out to the live site and go to forms and permits just to double check that our changes were made. And PDF is capitalized, form is there, and the word form here is now singular. So it's very easy to make any changes. If you need to add a picture, all you have to do is upload it. You can resize it like you would on a Microsoft Word document. We really wanted to make sure that our websites were very easy for clerks, for treasurers, for their staffs to use, to update, and not take forever to do. So with that, I'm going to stop. Because I'm done, which is great. I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing me talk. But also, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the questions or in the chat box, and we can certainly answer those. Other than that, then we can turn it over to Megan, and she can talk about all of the digital stuff we have.
Awesome. I'll give you a minute to ask any questions while I work on getting my stuff pulled up. Make sure I share the right thing.
Yes.
Can everybody see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
I just have to, y'all can see it?
Yes.
Yep. Let me get everything moved around. I hate the screen sharing on here because I can't, you guys disappear when I screen share. But it's okay. All right, so we're going to be talking about the digital add-ons for your website through TownWeb. These are completely optional, but it does give you a lot of options to make yours and your residents' lives a lot easier. So let's just get into it. We have 5 different apps that you can add on with your website. Just quickly going through them all, we have HeyGov Pay, which allows you to take online payments and also in-person payments with a credit card reader. We have Hey License, which is online licensing and permitting with built-in workflows. That just means whatever department it needs routed to be approved, it can be routed to those departments. We also have Hey Reserve, which is kind of like Airbnb for municipalities. It allows residents to make online reservations of your facilities. We have Hey 3-in-1, which is our citizen reporting app. It allows residents to report any issues, but also ask questions directly from your website or from our mobile app. And then we have our newest app, which is more for the clerks. It's AI-generated meeting minutes. So all it does is it takes your agenda and then a recording of your meeting. It matches them up, uses some cool technology, and actually generates draft meeting minutes for you. So it takes an hours-long process down to about 15 minutes. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is 3-in-1. This actually comes free with any website you get through TownWeb, so you don't have to pay any extra for it, and it helps out a lot. So you can see here over on the left, you have a dashboard. This is where all of the issues feed into, and as I mentioned before, residents can either report directly from the website or in our mobile app. On the website, it lives in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. It says report an issue. All they have to do is click on that, type in their information. It's going to ask for a picture. It's not required, but it does add a little extra. And then they can describe the request or ask a question. They can tag or type in their location or the location of the issue. Once they hit submit request, they'll have the option to type in their contact information. So if they want to communicate with you about their issue, they can enter in their information there. Otherwise, they are allowed to remain anonymous and make reports that way. Over in the dashboard, you have a map that shows you pinpoints of all the different locations where reports have been issued. You also have a list of all the reported issues that can be filtered out by department and also status of the request. Once they feed in here, you're going to want to assign them to the correct department, and then you can set a category just for better organizing. Once you're inside of an issue, you can reply to the resident. You can either let them know about the status of the request. You can ask further questions. You can also add internal notes for yourself or other departments. And you can also change the status. So our different options are received, in progress, resolved, and declined. You can change the visibility from private to public. So if there's an issue that you want everybody to know about, like a dog on the loose, you can change it to public and other residents will be able to view that report. You can also assign the department here. This is available both on the admin dashboard main screen and within an issue. And you can also set the category here as well. And as I mentioned, it's also available in our mobile app. So here's just a clip of how that works. They can tag their picture, type in information, type in their location, and then all I have to do is hit continue. And if they're logged in, it'll just go ahead and send it your way. On the admin side, you could assign it to a department, set the category, and again, reply if there's any extra information you need or that you'd like to provide to the resident. All right. If you have any questions just throughout this, feel free to ask in chat, and Chris or Jerica can just stop me. I'm not able to see that screen, so I will check in after each section. But if you have any questions, like I said, just feel free to drop them in chat and they'll interrupt me and let me know I need to stop.
Don't worry, we got you covered, Megan.
Okay, great. The next thing we're going to talk about is online and in-person payments for your municipality. So a lot of people like to have this as a quick link on their website. And what that leads to is just a dashboard that shows all available payments within your municipality. This is very handy. My city does not have HeyGov, and they don't have this option. And I find myself having to click on links, trying to get to the depths of their website to find the pages to make the online payments I need. It's weird because they have online payments, but it's very sectioned out, and you have to find the exact page to get to make that payment. I think they use probably like 3 or 4 different payment providers, so they don't have like a handy list. But I would love something like this in my municipality, so I know residents would love it. It's separated out by departments, and it just lets them have a easier way to find what they're looking for. So all the Parks and Rec payments, like reservations, boat launch payments, dog park passes, anything like that, they would just look under Parks and Rec, and it would have a list of all available online payments. We also allow you to use QR codes, and we generate those and we design them and send them to you. These can be added to bills so that they can just scan them and it takes them to the payment portal where they need to pay that bill. People also use them for boat launches where people scan them and then just make the payment on their phone. Dog parks, campgrounds, really anything that you want to pay on site. It's really helpful to have a QR code available to just scan and take you to that payment portal. We allow ACH and credit card payments. With ACH, it's better for those big payments like taxes where it can get into the thousands of dollars. The payment fee is lower, so it's 0.8% with a cap at $5. So even if it's a $3,000 payment, you're only going to pay a $5 payment fee. With the credit card processing fee, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents, which might look big on like a $3,000 payment, but on a $100 payment, it's only $3.30, which is pretty standard and what people are used to paying for online services. And we do allow payments in our app as well. All of our resident-facing apps are also available on mobile, all within the same app. Payment portals are very easy to use. They just have to have their name, billing information, they enter in their credit card information. You can take one extra piece of information. So this is a boat launch payment, and they ask for a license plate number. So these are just simple, quick, and easy payment portals. Once they're finished making the payment, it will send a receipt automatically to the resident's email, so they don't have to download it, make sure they have a copy. It'll be in their email. We also have an in-app wallet where residents can save their payment methods for future use. They can save their bank account information and their credit card information so they can choose between the two. It makes it a lot easier so they're not having to continually tap that information in every time they're wanting to make a payment. We also have a nice back-end dashboard for admins. Here you can refund payments. You don't have to contact us for that. You can do it on your own. You can view and print receipts. This is where you can take payments with a credit card reader if you choose to get one through us. You can request payment by email or phone number. If you choose to do tax and utility billing through us, this is where you also manage billing. And all of this is broken down by department. So each department has their own account activity screen. You can have as many bank accounts connected to HeyGov as needed. And as I mentioned just now, we do have utility and property tax billing. You can import all those bills or just add them in manually. This allows residents to type in their account number and address or zip code to view and pay their bills. All right, and I'm going to check back in, make sure you don't have any questions. Like I said, feel free to ask any if you have any. Next up, we're going to talk about online reservations. This is also something I wish my municipality had, a nice way to make online reservations of our facilities, because we have like multiple park pavilions available. We have some indoor just like facilities, just small buildings. But the reservation process is so complicated that I never want to go through the hassle of doing it. But it'd be nice for like birthday parties, and I need to throw a wedding shower, I guess, since I'm getting married later this year. So it'd be nice to have an easy way to book one of those for my wedding shower. But the process, like you have to fill out a paper form, drop it off at the office, pay a deposit in cash or check, all of that. I never have cash or check. So it's a more complicated process than I want to go through. But our system makes it super easy. So again, a lot of people like to have a quick link for this, and it can actually live directly within your website with TownWeb. It has an online availability calendar, venue information, the location, any rules and guides, and an online form for them to fill out. And any payment associated, the deposit, and then the rental fees can all be paid online. So this is just a look at it on mobile. Again, availability calendar, pictures, amenities, the location, check in and check out information, They click on the date, it takes them to a form, and the forms are completely customizable and we build them for you. So whatever information you need included can be included. And the deposit, it's actually charged separately, and it can also be returned through our system as well. All right, we see at the end, it just shows them where they're at in the process. They do need to be manually confirmed, but that's as easy as just pressing a button and confirming the reservation. And we do have a admin control center for reservations as well. Here you can add block dates, return deposits, and you can also add reservations in yourself if people come in office or call to book. And here's just a look at our reservation forms. Again, completely customizable. We can have conditional logic built in. So depending on the options that they choose, it can increase or decrease the price. If you need anything uploaded, like a driver's license, we can handle that as well. And if you want to include things like additional options like chairs, tables that they can rent, if you want to charge additional for like electricity, we can build all of that into the form. All right, I'm going to check back in, make sure you don't have any questions. And then the next up is licensing and permitting. Again, a lot of people like to have a quick link for this. And there's also a nice page. Chris had shown it a little bit. All of these little blocks, once you click on them, it takes you directly into a form to fill out. So the online form. So if you click on short-term rental, it's going to take you directly into that form. And this is what the forms look like. Again, completely customizable. We do build them for you. We usually take your PDF copy that you currently have of your form and just build an online version of it. We can add your city logo to make it look a little bit nicer. Any information that needs listed at the top, such as any fees, anything that they need to know before filling out the form, we can include all that at the beginning. And again, we also have available on mobile. Just quick look at the workflows. You can add in as many departments as needed. It'll show you the status if they've approved or not. And if you need to request any answers to be changed, if there's any incorrect information, they didn't fill out a question right, you can actually send a request for them to update that information. It won't let them touch the rest of the form, but they'll be able to update that one answer and send it back over to you. All of the submitted applications are stored in our app. We do have secure cloud storage, and it's unlimited, so you don't have to worry about only being able to store a certain amount of forms in our app or running out of space or having to store them on your own computer or print them out. We do all that for you, and it's very easy to find the form you're looking for. We have a lot of different options for filtering them out. You can filter them out by the form name. So if you're looking for a dog license, you can filter out the dog license, the status of the application. So if it's been approved or not, you can search by applicant name and then also the date that you received the application. And our workflows are completely customizable. So as I mentioned, whatever department needs to receive that form, we can add that in to be routed to them. They'll get an email notification and an app notification letting them know as forms come in. And once they get into a form, all they have to do is click on their department and you'll take them to the section they need to approve. We also have custom department review steps. So any information that the admin side needs to add in, we can build mini forms for that as well as they approve the steps. This one's for an inspector check with a building department, but again, they're completely customizable. So whatever information you need other departments to add in, we can build it that way. Okay, last up, we have clerk minutes. And again, this is more for internal use, but it is so handy. So as I mentioned, all you have to do is upload a PDF agenda, an audio or video file recording. You set the length, so how long you want your minutes to be, short, medium, or long. The tone, we have like professional, official meeting format. We have some silly options in there. And then generate draft meeting minutes, and it'll actually start building them for you. We do have some additional features that make it even easier. One thing that you can do within our system is assign speakers. So it'll show you a transcript and speaker 1, speaker 2, and so on. And for each of those, you can choose who was talking. You can add in speakers as needed. And in your finalized minutes, it will include those names. And our system can recognize the difference in between different people's voices. So if I assign Chris to speaker 1, every time that Chris was talking, it'll assign that name. So I won't have to go through it every time Chris was talking and assign his name. You can also click on the little timestamps to the left to hear a snippet of the person talking. So you know who it is. So if I click on the 43 seconds here, it'll play a little clip, and I can assign whoever was speaking then to that speaker. We also have a built-in text editor, so any information you need to change or add in can be done within our app. If you need to turn a certain section into bullet points, you need to bold something, add in a link, that can all be done within Clerk Minutes. And then once you're done, you can download it into a Word file or PDF format. We also have a public meeting page, and this can be linked on your website. It'll include your audio or video recording, any motions that were made during the meeting, an agenda, and then the final minutes as well. So with HeyGov, you get white glove service. That means any forms you need built, venues you need added in, payment portals you need added. We do all that for you. And we also have an easy-to-use admin control panel for each of our apps. And we'll also work with any department managers that will be utilizing HeyGov to teach them how to use it, and maybe talk about some other ways they can bring services online. And we do all of this in conjunction with TownWeb. So I'm going to stop sharing. But we work very well together. So how it usually works is you choose on your TownWeb proposal which options you want, which online digital add-ons. And as you're working on your website, whenever you're ready to get started on the digital add-ons portion, we work in conjunction with them to get all that up and running. So it's not like dealing with two separate companies.
Thank you, Megan. You did an awesome job. I see that because I know we're recording. I see that Yvonne has dropped off. So I think we'll probably still send this to her anyways. But
and we'll also send it to Rhonda. So hello, Rhonda.
Hello,
if you're
Rhonda.
watching
Yes.
this post recording, and if you have any questions after you watch this, feel free to reach out by email. Would be happy to answer any questions you have.
Yes.
All right, and we're gonna end the recording here. Bye, everybody.
I think we'll leave it at that. So have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. I don't know what was going on with my